Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to e-learning program of CCJ. I hope you are all fine and enjoying best of your health. Today we are going to discuss unit number 18, metals. First, we will discuss what are metals and how the metals are formed by metallic bonding. Then we will discuss the position of metals in the periodic table. After that, alloys, and then properties of metals and alloys. In the end, we will discuss the extremes in metals. Now, first, we will see what are metals and how we can define. Metals can be defined as a solid material which is typical, hard, shiny, malleable, fusible, and ductile with good electrical and thermal conductivities. What does mean by malleable? Malleable means to make sheets, fusible means to melt, and ductile means to convert it into wires. Now we'll see how metals are formed. Metals are formed due to metallic bonding. And what is metallic bonding? Metallic bonding can be defined as it is electrostatic force between valence shell electrons and the metal positive ions. The forces between these valence shell electrons and positive ions are responsible to make metals. And the valence shell electrons make a sea of electrons around the metals, and due to this sea of electrons, we usually see that metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Now we will discuss the position of metals in periodic table. And you know, periodic table in periodic table, the horizontal lines explains the period and vertical lines represents the groups. The first group, group 1, shows that these are all alkali metals, and these alkali metals are most reactive metals among all. The second group, group 2, is usually termed as alkaline earth metals, and it is the second most reactive metal among all. The third is transition metals, and they are very variable. They have very variable properties. And some metals under the non-metals atoms, and you can see this staircase line here. And if we closely observe the metallic nature, we discuss a term that is called metallic character. What does mean by metallic character? Metallic character is the level of reactivity of a metal, means how much metals are reactive. So if metals are reactive, then there is a one property. That property is it tends to lose electrons in a chemical reaction as indicated by their low ionization energy. What does mean by low ionization energy? The energy required to remove valence shell electrons from their neutral atom. So ionization energy is low, the metallic nature or character is high. And if we go from in groups from top to bottom, the reactivity or metallic character is increased, and in periods from left to right it is decreased. So the trend we can see here from left to right is the metallic character or metallic nature is metallic character is decreased, and from top to bottom it is increase. Now we'll see some properties we usually linked with the metals, and metals have high density. Why it is high density, or what does mean by density? Density means high mass per unit volume. And the best example for the metals having high density are lead and mercury. Tensile strength means high strength of the metal under stress. It means when we apply stress on the metals, it resists. It does not change. And the best example for this is iron and chromium. What does mean by durability? Durability is resistance to corrosion. Mean the metals are not corrode due to some reasons. As we can see that the best example for durability of metals is zinc and aluminum. But we know that zinc and aluminum is very reactive, and it reacts with oxygen to form zinc oxide and aluminum oxide. And these two oxides form a layer around zinc and aluminum metals. So after formation of this zinc oxide layer, the metals does not corrode. The next property is malleability, which means to made into shapes. When we hammer copper or silver with hammer, it convert into shapes. In the same way, ductility, ability to made into wires, and again the example is copper and magnesium. We can make wires from from metals. Thermal conductivity means to conduct heat, and sodium aluminum is the best example for this. And electrical conductivity means to ability to conduct electricity, and again mercury and silver are the best examples. And in our daily life, we can see that there are a lot of wires around us, to, uh, and these wires are usually made up of copper. Sonority means to produce sound when struck. When we struck metal with some hard material, it produces sound, and it is usually made up of copper and silver. And now we'll see what is alloys. An alloy is a mixture of chemical elements where the primary component is a metal. It means if alloys are made up of at least two elements, the one element should be the metal and other element may be metal or non-metal. For example, in case of bronze, you can see that copper is 78 to 95% and tin is 5 to 22%. 18 karat gold has 75% gold, 12.5% each copper and silver. And in brass, you can see 60 to 90% of copper and 10 to 35% of silver. And there is one example in which one is metal and other is non-metal element, and that is cast iron. In cast iron, you can see that 96 to 98% of iron and 2 to 4% of carbon. Carbon makes the iron hard, and we can use this alloy for different purposes. In the same way, metals possess different properties, and for example, metals have high density, melting point, and boiling point. I mean, high melting point and high boiling point. Why? For this high density and melting point and boiling point, it is due to the close packing of the atoms in metals. If we closely observe, the atoms are very closely packed together, and due to this, there are strong intermolecular forces among these atoms. These forces, to overcome these forces, we need a lot of energy. So, as a result of that, the melting point and boiling point is high. As we know that density is a mass per unit volume, we can see that Uh, Among this volume, we will see there are a lot of atoms present in it. So density of metal is high, except sodium, and high melting point and boiling point except mercury and sodium due to some odd reasons. Now we will see the other property, why it shows malleable and ductile properties. When a force is applied to a metal, the atoms can slide over one another. What does it mean by? If we have a metal of this or alloy, we apply a force F from this side. These two upper layers are slide over these two lower layers. How? They slip, layers of atoms have slipped on the lower layers, and due to this slipness, but uh, they form different shapes. They form different shapes, but could not break because they are they are malleable. So we can see that malleable can be bent and beaten into different shapes. For example, nickel to form these kind of balls. In steel, we form these rods. Zinc, we make this round, almost round ball, and with tin we form this kind of plates or this, and with lead we form these blocks. And the tile can be stretched to form wires, means by copper, when we stretch the copper metal, it forms wires. And these wires are very important in our daily life for electricity. Now, we see another property, thermal conductivity. Why metal shows thermal conductivity? When we supply heat to the system, the metals are very close to each other. When, for example, when we supply heat to this atom, the atom, due to have getting high energy, it vibrates with more energy. And when we continue to supply this energy to this atom, the atom vibrates and transfer this energy to this next atoms, and again so on. These next atoms transfer energy to the other next atoms. As a result of that, the heat is transferred from this end to the other end of the metals. One other thing which is responsible for transfer heat is the outermost or valence shell electrons, which is also plays an important role to conduct heat from one part of the body to the other part of the body. The electrical conductivity is shown by metals, and we can explain this with the help of this figure. For example, we have this metal, and we connect this metal to the negative and positive terminal of the battery. As we connected the metal to the terminals of the battery and we close the circuit, the electron starts, the free mobile electron starts to move towards the positive end, because at the positive end, the electrons are less. And to replace to these electrons, more electrons are fed into the metal from the negative terminal. As a result of that, the electrons are transferred from negative to positive terminal due to these free electrons. And in this way, metals can conduct electricity. But if we have uh, some, now we will discuss some extremes in metals. Lithium has a density of 0.53 gram per cubic centimeter, and osmium has a density of 22.48 gram per cubic centimeter. That makes the osmium is heaviest and lithium is the lightest metals among all. In this way, manganese and chromium are most brittle. What does mean by brittle? The brittleness is to break things easily. I mean, to think the things which break easily are more brittle. When you apply a stress and the things are broken down, then it means these are these shows brittleness. Mercury has lowest melting point, and it is minus 38.9 degrees centigrade. That is why the only metal which are present in liquid form is mercury. The highest temperature of melting point is shown by tungsten, and it is 3410 degrees centigrade. And the most valuable or expensive metal is platinum, and the rarest metal on earth, which is actually present in nature, is rhodium. And the most abundant among all metal is aluminium, over 8% of the earth crust. In Cambridge exams, the mostly questions uh, are coming from the topic properties of metals. They usually ask in exams what are metallic bonding and how metals conduct electric conductivity. Then you use these two points for the answer of that question. And you also keep in mind during our upcoming lectures how electricity conduct and how we can use this property to make the metals pure. Now that's it. If you have any question regarding today's lecture, you can feel to ask, and you can ask these questions in your respective WhatsApp groups. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.